Dave, I'm glad we could join you just minutes after you guys report Q4 numbers. We're not going to hash over all the numbers, but I do want to ask you about the 737 MAX charges. You're taking a number of them and future costs being counted in. The total is now $18.6 billion. Are you pretty confident that's the last of the big charges, or are you being a little conservative here?
I'm as confident as a CEO can be. Let's not talk about the specific buckets of the charges. The most important thing underlying it is, do we believe we can meet the certification timeline that underlies all of that? And the answer is yes. As we looked at that schedule, and as I listened to the FAA and all the constituencies who have an interest in all of this, including the training dimension associated with it, we put together a schedule we think we can make. Not easily. It requires a lot of execution. It requires a lot of discourse, a lot of back and forth with the FAA and the certification process. But we think we've been realistic about that as we laid out this timetable. And we can't do anything more than that.
You know already, and I'm sure you've heard this, some people are saying, look, they're saying mid-year. We're already hearing some fairly encouraging comments from the head of the FAA, as well as those who are involved in the process. And some people are already saying, look, I think he's the new CEO. He's sandbagging. He's throwing out a date later this year, and we can see the MAX back in service sooner than that. What do you think when you hear that?
No, of course not. You can't sandbag in a situation like this. I have to answer to our employees. I have to listen to our employees. I simply have to give them the time they need to do the natural discourse that occurs in a big, complex certification process. And that's what we've provided for. Nothing more, nothing less. So I believe we can do it. And then the only other comment I have to make, and I will always make, I do not and will not control this timeline. So mid-year is what we believe we can do. I appreciate the comments that came from Steve. On the other hand, if he changes those comments in a month, we change our schedule. Simple as that.